Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start the installation of the Lifeline fire suppression system. We got this for the Charger build that we're working on, just to make sure that if there was ever a fuel leak, any kind of ignition problem with the fuel and the engine, that the engine itself would be protected, the car would be protected as much as we can. So we got this wonderful kit from Lifeline. Has all the hosing and clamps and the mounts for fire suppression systems. So this one's rated for obviously engine fires, things like that. Cool thing is it comes with a couple of different ways to set it up. You can kind of see here, as well as two different types of ignitions, and so you can pull from different points in the vehicle if you need to, and then routing it with the supplied T-valves and unions to do engine compartment, cockpit, things like that, is typically what you would run for fire suppression. We're going to go ahead and think about the cockpit situation, but for the most part we're going to probably do what's recommended, which is a 3-point activation for fire suppression in the engine bay, and at least get that started. Once we kind of get the engine in there, we'll probably finish out this kit, but the main thing is we're going to be installing this into the trunk of the all-wheel drive Demon Charger. And so we've got a mount that was here for just a standard fire extinguisher. We're going to be replacing this and throwing in the Lifeline mount that you guys see right here in its mount in the correct isolated procedure. So we're going to get started on that along with a few other things here for the fuel system and see how it looks. All right guys, so we got the tank mounted, super sturdy. The angle of it we think is going to be perfect for running the line. So I think we're going to run it out one of the bulkheads here. We'll see how that looks in a second, and then have the line run all the way to the front, probably along either the fuel or the brake lines. Either one, there's a passageway to either. So we're gonna throw in that line, kind of play around with it, and while we're doing that as well, we're gonna start the electrical for the fuel pump system. So we got the main distribution box here, and then the wires that will plug into the pumps, boost reference, a few other things, of course the massive cable that will go to our battery section here. We got some of the extra parts from the back first to get set up, but otherwise the battery would obviously be right here. So we're going to probably mount this guy like many people do, I believe, with these kits. You can mount it on either side here. This one probably wouldn't be too bad to mount it. It's got a few things running around there, but I think what we're going to do is mount it over on this side where the battery is. There's actually a little bit of damage to this car, that's why it kind of looks weird like this. Anyway, we're going to probably mount it to this sheet metal here, and that makes it super easy to run right around the battery for the ground and the power cable. From the back of the seats, right underneath there is obviously the pump. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and see how it looks. All right, guys, so we got, for the most part, all the wiring in. The last bit is to get the actual fuel activation line, as well as the boost sensor lines plugged into pump 1 and to pump 2 sections. And by that I mean to start primary pump and then the auxiliary pumps. Essentially, the primary pump will always be on pending the blue line that I have here for the original fuel pump activation line when you actually start the car, turn on the key, ignition accessory, right? And then the other two lines we are going to run all the way from the front of the car back here, along with a few other things, so that we can reference boost pressure, so that when we see boost in the supercharger, in the intake manifold out of the map, that will send a signal to a Hobbs switch and ultimately turn on the second and third auxiliary pumps. So let's go ahead and go to the front of the car now and start figuring out how we're going to route it underneath.